Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you here. For those of you that have been with me for a while, thank you for continuing to hang in there. Thank you to everyone for subscribing to the channel, for sharing the videos, for commenting. I do love to hear your feedback as to how this is helping you, because I know we're all going through it at this time. So I really do enjoy hearing how the readings are helping you with your journey. And for those of you that have made donations, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate that. Now, we are going to be doing something a little different this week. We are not going to be doing a typical weekly reading. So for those of you that are here for a general weekly reading, please come back next week. I'll have something for you for, I believe it would be Monday the 26th of February through Sunday the 4th of March. Happy birthday to my niece. But come back then. I should have your typical weekly reading for everyone at that time. What we are going to be doing instead is we are going to have a special twin flame reading. Now, Archangel Michael is saying that the energies of this reading are going to run from now through the end of the month in March. Now, you'll see I already have the cards laid out, and we'll go over those when we get started. I'm not going to list all the cards that we're using, because you'll see when we get started there is a lot of cards in here. So when he had me start getting ready, I was just shuffling and started laying them all out. But there's a lot. So what I will do, for those of you that are curious what cards were used, I will list those in the information below, so you can just check that out, and that will give you those details if you're interested in the decks. Now, let's see here. Actually, let me make sure this is recording. Move Miss Allie a moment. Okay, good. Okay, so I was getting ready to do the weekly typical general reading, and I just, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just like, oh, something's off. And then all of a sudden, Archangel Michael told me to grab a notebook and a pen and sit down. So for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that Archangel Michael is often the one that I channel that comes through in every single reading. But so he told me to get a notebook, and I channel information from him all the time, but rarely does he tell me to share it with all of you verbatim. And that is what he in fact did. So I am going to read this for you, because he told me to get a pen and a notebook and sit down. And then when that was over, he told me to do this special reading and gave me the information as to what we're going to be doing. So, well, I should say some of it. So I am going to read this message for all of you real quick. Okay. Right now, there's a tremendous shift going on for many twin flames. A do or die, go or not kind of thing. It's a final push to get many within alignment of their divine path. Many have resisted the changes. The time for resistance is over, for this is far greater than you realize. This is not just about your life and livelihood, but rather the lives and livelihood of millions. Get over yourself, in a good way. Get over your ego and blocks to all that is possible. Release the fears, release the ego, release the expectations, release the control. Just step forward with blind faith that all is well. With or without your twin, with or without things going as you'd expected. Let go and allow the miracles we've prepared to unfold. Release your stubborn blinders. There is more occurring than you will or can ever realize. Trust. The time has come to let go and trust. We mean it. This time, no acting. We know it is hard, but alas, so is life. If it were easy, you wouldn't have been chosen. You have far superior strength. Remember that. For that is why you were chosen for such a great feat. Now isn't the time to quit, nor is it the time to fret or fear. Now is the time to renew your commitment to you and all that you are here to accomplish. That pain in your belly, we're helping you release the blocks that have kept you from manifesting your desires and ours. For we all desire your success. The time for removal of all the blocks has come. Let them go. Even with the aches and pains, many of you have slipped into fear, thinking you are seriously ill with the flu or food poisoning. What happens when one has the flu or food poisoning? They purge all of that which is not in alignment with perfect health. That is what's occurring at this intensive portal way time for you. You are releasing all that's blocking you in love, relationships, etc., and stepping into your full creative power. It hurts. Your stomach, your back, your head. To aid in this process, let go. Take time to meditate on all that is blocking you. Awaiting reunion with your beloved, yet you've not healed the relationship with your mother and father? That is where you must start. Unable to successfully start your new business, yet you fear a shortage of money nonstop? Start with releasing those creative blocks. It's different for each of you, although rest assured, for you to successfully step forward at this time, you must indeed release it. Then visualize that which you desire. No, we do not mean release the blocks in your parental relationship, then visualize reunion with your beloved. You are missing it. You're missing the point. Release the blocks from fully embracing your mother and father, fully loving them and all of their imperfections, or so as you see them. Then visualize a harmonious, loving relationship with your mother and father. Period. Stop. Once your maternal, paternal, and sibling relationships are healed, that ancestral line you came here to heal, you will start to notice all other areas of your life shifting. Imagine sailing off to sea in a shiny new boat, and you're painting the love boat on the side. And you're envisioning all the lovely memories you'll create at sea. Meanwhile, you've sprung a huge leak in the aft. If you can't maneuver your attention, shifting your perspective, as it's a perspective shift for many that's required at this time, you will go down with your ship because you've missed what's most important at the moment in order to sail ahead. Shift your perspective. Look at things without the blinders. Ask us to help you release the final blocks. Ask us to help heal these relationships which are keeping you stuck. Ask and you shall receive. Remain stagnant, unbending, unwilling to see what is right in front of you, then you risk missing out on some lovely days at sea. We share this not to scare you, rather than to remind you of the significance of this time frame and remind you that it's merely a simple shift in your perception. We will cover more in the reading, but know that the way you perceive things must shift. It will be easy because we are helping. Did you want the physical illnesses? No, but we delivered it to help you free yourself. It is indeed a powerful portal way you are passing through at this time, beloved. Allow us to help you master it so you are ready for the many new beginnings awaiting you on the other side. The time has come. Allow the final sprucing to occur. So that is what he shared. Now after that, he was going into some details about some of the sickness that everyone's been having, myself included. So many twin flames for, let's see, today's Saturday. So for many of you, it started right around Valentine's Day. It may have been, for some they're saying the day before Valentine's Day, where you started getting like flu-like symptoms. So many of you, you've had the nausea, the stomach, the diarrhea, you've had headaches, you've had these flu symptoms. And many of you have been really concerned about that. Now, rest assured, you should have everything cleared and you should be back to normal by Monday. Okay, they're saying for a little bit of you, Tuesday you'll be back on track. But it's because they're clearing some blocks that are in your chakras. Because they really are trying to get you prepared to move forward. Now, let's see here, the rest of his happy little notes. Okay, so what they were saying is, so for twin flames, divine masculine and divine feminine have both had blocks in their sacral chakra. That would be your orange chakra, that is right above the root. For those of you that are curious where that is in your physical body, that would be just below your navel. So just below your belly button. And that chakra has to do with relationships and emotions and sexuality and intimacy and your ability to express your needs and express your emotions and express your desires. It's all about intimacy. It's also about letting go. So if we are not able to express those things, if we're keeping those things bottled up, if we're not able to let go, we will have blockages in that area. And that's what a lot of you are experiencing at this time. It does affect your ovaries, kidneys, urinary tract, your large intestines, your spleen. So that's why a lot of you are having that lower back pain. You're having stomach problems. One of the things that you can do now, they are already helping you release those things. That's why you're having all these flu-like symptoms. But one of the things that you can do to help move that along is if you have crystals, moonstone, you can hold moonstone, you can meditate with moonstone, you can put some in your pocket, walk around with it. You could wear the color orange. You can also do affirmations. You can say, I am creative and adaptable. Or you could say, I am able to enjoy the pleasures of life. Because for some of you, you have not been flexing. So that's affirmation, I am creative and adaptable, will help. For others of you, you've been so busy focused on life and things that are going on that you have not been enjoying life for a very long time. So that affirmation, I am able to enjoy the pleasures of life, will assist you with this opening. The next block for both the masculine and the feminine is your solar plexus. Now that is right in your navel area. That has to do with your life force energy, your vitality, your willpower, your personal power, your personal authority. It's all about our self-control, our purpose. Now on the flip side, if it can get into perfectionism, or it has to do with anger. Now, it is connected to stomach, liver, your gallbladder, your small intestines. That's why a lot of you are having fatigue and digestive problems. But this chakra, it's all about acting. You know, being able to act, being able to do something, being able to create something. So unlike your sacral chakra, that's all about how do we feel? How do we feel about it? Get in our feels. A lot of you are not in your feels. You're blocked from your feels. This is about acting on those things, creating those things. So since you're not able to create what you desire, there's some blocks. Now, if in order to try and help get through this time, citrine is a good crystal that you can carry, you can hold. An affirmation that would be good would be, I can do anything I set my mind to. Because many of you think that you can't create the life that you desire. You think you can't break free from this prison that you're entrapped in. You think that you can't change things. You think that you do not have the power to impact the outcome. But in fact, you do. So they're trying to help you take back your power and to know that you are a creator. You do have the ability to create anything that you desire. You just need to remember that. Now, masculine, you are having headaches as well, and that is because you have a blockage in your third eye chakra. Now, colors. So for those of you that want to wear a certain color to help with your solar plexus, yellow. Now for you gents that are having blockages in your third eye, the color is indigo, so you could wear some indigo clothing. But that chakra is all about perceiving. How do we perceive the situation? It's about our intuition, our understanding, our psychic awareness, our psychic intuition, being able to see the big picture. It's about being of service, focusing on the good, of the positive, getting ourselves off of looking at things in a negative, fearful way. It's looking beyond our physical senses, really, truly relying on that intuitive, psychic knowing. It's connected to the eyes. So a lot of you are having some problems. There's been some blurry vision. It's also connected to your nervous system. You've had the headaches, the sinus congestion. Some of you have been having some earaches. One way to kind of help with that is carry some lapis lazuli. And an affirmation you could do would be, I am intuitive and I follow my inner guidance. Now, for everyone, something that can help is soaking in an Epsom salt bath. So if you fill the tub with Epsom salt, pray, ask that God, the angels help you release those things that are not for your highest good, not serving you. and soak for at least 20 minutes should be able to help you release that stuff, but also the affirmations, the different stones and those things, and just listen to your intuition, your guidance. You're knowing the stuff that you are getting because you are getting correct information. Now, as Archangel Michael had said in the channeled message, a lot of people things are stemming from relationships that still need to be healed with your parents. Now, I know back in, I believe it was October or November, I was talking about forgiveness letters a couple times. Many of you would benefit, if you have not done those forgiveness letters, to do those. And when you're writing them to your parents, it's all about, so say you're writing one to your mom. Put in there anything that you want to express. Again, you are not going to give this letter to them, but put everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Also be sure when you're writing letters to your parents to put in there how their relationship, so when you're writing to your mom, how did the relationship she had with your father make you feel? And then if your parents divorced and she had a relationship with someone else, how did her relationships with those other men make you feel? And at the end of the letters, you will put, I want to thank you for the gifts you have given me to make me into the magnificent woman or magnificent man I am. I love you, and I apologize for not accepting you exactly as you are. And then you sign it, you read it, you rip it, you burn it, and you dump the ashes outside. Now, if you go to I think it's my Facebook page, I went into all details as to why those different steps are necessary to cut those cords and all that stuff. I'm not going to waste time doing that today. But many of you do need to do forgiveness letters. Some of you need to do forgiveness letters for your twin or any other ex-lovers, partners that you've been with. You would do something similar, write the good, bad, and the ugly in your letter, but then at the end you would conclude it a little bit differently. You would do the, I want to thank you for the gifts you've given me to make me into the magnificent woman or man I am. I love you, and I apologize for not accepting you exactly as you were and your decisions in our relationship. Then you sign it, read it, rip it, burn it. Same thing. When you do this, be sure to pray and ask that God and Jesus, the angels, that they help you release yourself, free yourself. One thing that many of you will notice, because I have had clients, especially since I posted that stuff initially about the forgiveness letters, get, kind of upset because they're like, well, I don't understand why, my dad was horrible or my mom was horrible and they did all these things to me. Why do I have to forgive them? Why do I have to love them? But as twins, we're here to heal those ancestral family lines. And it can be difficult because as twins, we have chosen very difficult lives to incarnate. We have not chosen the easy path. So many of us have, all of us that are twin flames, we have all had family dynamics that are dysfunctional. But in order to help us rise above that, remember that we chose that. We chose that dysfunctional family because when we come in and we heal that ancestral line, it doesn't just heal it for us. It heals it for generations before us, and it heals it for generations that will come after us. And as a twin, it's imperative with the dynamic with your beloved, your other half, because so say we're in a relationship, to help you understand the energetic dynamics. Let's say you have an absentee father. You grew up with an absentee father. It could be an absentee father who was never there, like physically up and ghosted, left your mom and abandoned, was never around. It could be an absentee father that maybe he and your mother lived together and stayed married for years. Maybe they're still together, but still he was not able to emotionally open up and give you what you needed emotionally. And as humans, we need that. So if we don't have a father that's opening up emotionally, sharing how he feels, sharing how he cares, sharing how he's proud of us, being there for us, supporting us, loving us, guiding us, that'll cause some dysfunction. That'll also cause, dysfunction in relationships that we have in the future with other people. But that can be healed. And typically a way to be able to look at it and to rise above it is to know that if you grow up with an absentee father, or whatever the dynamic may have been with your family, it's something that they still haven't healed. So by you going through these steps, you're going to be able to empower them and open the gateway for them to start to proceed forward with their healing that they need to do. But in the meantime, it starts with you. You have the power. Archangel Michael was saying that some of us, to free ourselves from feeling trapped. Okay, he said he was just telling me that. I haven't brought that up with you guys yet. Okay, so at some point we're going to be talking about you guys feeling trapped and freeing yourselves from that. Because a lot of times we feel like we just don't have the power. And like with that sacral chakra, not feeling like you have the power to do anything, but you do. And so what you'll find is that by writing these letters, it really does change things. I know there are a number of you out there that doubt it. You could have been in abusive relationships. You could have been in a relationship with your parent was not there. But I promise you that if you do this, you will notice a shift. And at a minimum, we all have something to be thankful for with our parents. It could have been the worst parent ever, but at a minimum, they gave us life. So I'll give you a quick example. So my father was one of those absentee fathers, never around. He's still like that today. My youngest sister still lives at home. She's in high school. She was a baby years later. But because of things he needs to heal, and he will, he has not opened himself up to that love. He hasn't opened himself up to the connection. He hasn't allowed those things in, so he pushes those things away. Now, growing up as a child, that means never having my dad around. Dad didn't want to be around. Dad doesn't want to spend time. Dad doesn't do those things. So when I sit down to write the letter, he's not Dad of the Year. He hasn't been. He never has been. But at a minimum, he gave me life. I know he loves me, doesn't show it. So those things I can be thankful for. And for that, I can write the letter. And I have done my letter because they were telling me to do it last year. So I wrote my forgiveness letter. And I, like many of you, doubted it. Like, why am I going to write this man a letter? He's never around. He doesn't care for me. He's not involved. And, why would I do this? Because they told me to. So I did. And I trusted. I'm like, okay, fine. I will do this. I don't see how this is going to help, but I will do this. But just as in their typical fashion, when I do something that they're guiding me to do that I think is going to produce zero results, it always does something miraculous, and it did. So I wrote forgiveness letters for my dad, for my mom, for my twin, for all of my ex-lovers. I wrote them all. But then I got to see things shift. And now I can tell you that my relationship with my father has shifted. He calls me. He picks up the phone. He calls me. Shocking. He will actually hold a conversation with me on the phone. He will tell me how he loves me. He's starting to open up emotionally. And the beautiful thing is I'm being told that that's now opened him up because he's starting to do that healing that he needs to do, which is why in the very first place he wasn't giving me and my siblings what we needed as children. Because of that within him that needed to be healed. So you all have the power. It starts with healing the relationships with your parents and your siblings. Because that is to be unconditional love. You can't unconditionally love a twin if you're not unconditionally loving first yourself and then unconditionally loving your parents, your brothers, your sisters. So I encourage all of you to do those forgiveness letters. Now, I think that's it of his notes. Okay, so do those. And then shoot me a message to let me know how it's shifted dynamics for you and your family. Because you will find that it's going to shift those dynamics, and you will find that it's also going to shift dynamics in other areas of your life. Because you are unconditional love. That's one of your first big steps into stepping into that. And you are here to heal your ancestral family lines. So it's going to help you do that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We don't have much room, so we're going to be moving these around anyhow. Just get them spread out a little bit. Okay. So we're going to start with you, Divine Masculine. And hang in there at the end. We are going to pull an angel answer card for you in the feminine. So if you hang in till then, you'll get that at the end as well. If you hear my stomach grumbling, you'll have to forgive that. I have not eaten yet today, but I need to get this done for you guys because I need to get ready for concert stuff that we're going to tonight. Okay. Okay, so what we have at the top of these cards, this is what you are currently focused on, your current situation. Then we have, you know, why is this a challenge for you? Then we have what you're unaware of regarding the situation, what you want the divine feminine to know, and then this stack of cards over here is going to be what the angels are recommending for you this week. Now, what they're saying is this is your current situation focus, and these other cards are clarifiers for that. So the first card you have, and hopefully you can see that without a glare, is 7 of Michael. And at the bottom, it says, there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer, and review all of the details. So they're saying that that's exactly what this is. You are on the wrong path. For many of you, it is... You've now realized that you're on the wrong path. You chose the wrong person. You chose the wrong direction. Because this is really, you know, it's kind of a heads up to kind of let us know, like, you know, stop, turn around. Because even if you look here, actually, it's the first time I noticed that. If you can see Archangel Michael's, he's got his hands spread out in the path that he's on, like, stop. But then this hand over here, he's pointing to the other path. So he's got his hand out, stop, do not go any further. Get on this path instead. Because they're trying to get you onto a path that's going to bring you happiness, that's going to bring you joy. So for many of you, this is, you chose the wrong partner. And many of you, you're trying to decide about marriage. So many of you, you're thinking about marriage. You're thinking about who to build a life with. You see, he's got his backpack on his back. So many of you, you're even thinking about marriage. But the thing is, you are not listening to your intuition. Because we have the High Priestess, and at the bottom it says, powerful psychic insights, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Because this really is all about, you know, listening to your intuition. You know, especially when it comes to these things that are emotional situations. Because there is something that you are not seeing about this path that you have chosen to go down. You know that it's not the right path for you. You are intuitively getting that. But you're not trusting your intuition. You're not changing your course of action yet. Now all 3 of them do that. You know when you're driving in traffic and someone cuts you off and you raise both of your hands like, what the fuck? What the? You're all mad at them. Like, what are you doing, you fool? What are you doing? If you look at the hands of Archangel Haniel and Archangel Raphael, they both have their hands up like, what in the world are you doing? Archangel Michael has his in a bit of a different fashion, like, no, I'm not even going to throw my hands up like, what are you doing? I know what you're doing. Stop, get on the other path. But they both have their hands up like that. And Archangel Haniel, she's blocking your path. Just as Archangel Michael is blocking your path, she is blocking your path. Because it's not the best path for you. The things that you desire, you will get. It's just not with that person, not with that choice that you have made. And most of you, it's a person that you're with. For others of you, it's choosing to be single, throw yourselves into work, and not moving forward with the person that you know that you're destined for. Now, you have this is another clarifier, another major arcana. It's the Lovers. At the bottom it says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. Now this is truly about making a very important decision regarding love, and that the time has come for you to make that decision. But it's also about taking the time to make that decision and choosing carefully. Because if you look, there's all these clouds and there's all this fog. So for many of you, you have jumped into a relationship. Hence why Archangel Raphael has his arms up in there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's that's the wrong path. You're going down the wrong path again. He's saying again. So for some of you, it's a person that you've been with before, or it's a person that's very similar to an ex. But you don't have clarity. You're not seeing everything that you're supposed to be seeing. You don't know. They're saying for some of you, you do not know the truth. There are things that she is keeping hidden from you. It's an illusion. They're saying for many of you, you know, he's wearing green. Archangel Raphael's wearing green. So for some of you, you jumped into like a rebound relationship because you weren't healed from an ex-partner. So you just jumped into this relationship with someone else who's exactly like the ex. But you're giving an illusion that it's a happy relationship, that everything's fine and grandiose. And for some, like she's pushing for marriage. Or she's pushing for you to move, to relocate, to live with her. But there's things that you're not seeing, and you're not trusting the intuitive information that they're giving you. They're trying to get you off that path onto a new path. They're trying to get you to choose differently. Maybe if you look here, she's not even looking at him. She's looking off in this direction. And he has his eyes closed. So for some of you, you just jumped haphazardly into some relationship. You know, I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I hope this works out. Ooh, I hope so. But it's not going very well. They're saying that many of you have come to the realization that you have made the wrong choice, and they're commending you on that, but they're asking, what are you going to do about it now? You now have to do something about it. Okay. But why? Why aren't you doing something about it? Which is what these cards are here to fill us in on. So the first card is the Six of Winter. And at the bottom it says, positive changes are on their way, a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocation. You see he's in these icy waters, and he has this stick illuminated. It's like he's trying to find his way. You've got this bridge over here, trying to cross the way. This card is all about preparing, sailing in a totally new direction. Sailing in a direction that will bring us happiness, that will bring us joy, a totally new path. But again, this is what is challenging you and blocking you from making this choice. Many of you are blocking yourselves because you are not making the preparations. You are not taking the essential steps to move forward and choose a new path. And many of you are dodging it because this card's also about really facing our troubles, facing our problems so that they can stop plaguing us. Because you see, he's in all these icy waters. He's going to get a hole in the ship. He's going to go down. It's like he's not even looking. It's like he's sadly looking down at the ice, as though he doesn't feel he can start new. He doesn't feel he can cross that bridge. He doesn't feel that things are going to get better, but they are. They will get better when you choose to go down a different path. Also, for some of you, they will change when you choose to address the situation and deal with it. Now, for some of you, okay, because what they're saying is these are clarifiers for this one. Okay. Some of you, the reason you're having issues moving down another path is this Queen of Spring. And at the bottom it says, believe in yourself, wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. Now, the Queen of Wands, she is a woman who can get stuff done. She can be the PTO director. She can manage her own company. I mean, she is in control. She can be a devoted parent, friend. But make no mistake, she is in control. She's the person in charge. It is her way or the highway. Period. And if you see here, it's like she's sitting on her throne and she's contemplating what her next step will be, what her next move will be. But if you look here, it's funny because you know how Archangel Michael has his hand out, stop, and he's pointing to this new path? She's pointing as well. So she's staring into this bowl and she's got her hand pointed almost like you stay there. Don't move. So for many of you, this is a person that you're in a relationship with. Could be someone that you were in a relationship with in the past, which is why you're fearful of moving forward with the divine feminine. Because she was very manipulative. She would think through everything that she was going to do, or she thinks through everything that she's going to do. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you see how she's staring into this bowl and you've got this smoke coming out? There's this 50 Shades of Grey song. I put a spell on you. You know, because you're mine. So it's almost like she has claimed you and is trying to control you. It's interesting. Some of you, she controls you with sex. Here's the red. But there's a lot of manipulation. There's also a lot of guilt trips. So for some of you, you could have grown up, you know, Queen Spring could be like a mother. Maybe you grew up feeling, because this is, you don't believe in yourself. Many of you, you do not believe in yourself because of her, because be it an ex-lover, a current lover, she has made you think that you are not capable of doing those things. She has made you think, oh no, you can't start a new path. She's made you think that you are unable, you're not capable, you're not competent, you cannot do this. For some, it could be maybe a mother when you were a child growing up, which comes back to why it's so important to do that healing with your parents. So maybe as a child, you didn't feel like, you know, you could achieve the things that your mother desired for you to achieve. So because of that, you're not getting out of this murky water. You're not making a choice to get on a path that would bring you the things that you desire. Others of you, this is a lover, past current lover, and she is very manipulative and controlling. Oh, and for some of you, she also watches your social media. Because you see how she's watching? This would be the seer. So for many of you, she like spies, like she. Okay, so for some of you, she knows your password and stuff. She's logging into your social media accounts. Others of you, she logs into your phone, but she is keeping very tight rein and control on you, over you. But you have the power to change it. You are the magician. The bottom, it says you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. This really is about taking charge of your life. See, he's got the infinity symbol here. It's all about divine love, you and your divine. The person that those of you that you're with, or the person that you were with that has made you feel as though you can't break free, that is not your divine love. That is not your twin. For many of you, that is a person who is okay, we're not going to go into all those details, but there could be darker, lower vibrational beings. For some of you, that's what she is. Now, again, these are the cards as to what's blocking you. Why aren't you choosing the path that's... For many of you, it's become very clear, they're saying. It's become very clear that you have chosen the wrong path. You're not happy. You're miserable. You know that you're being controlled and manipulated. You want to break out of this stuff, but you're like, I don't know how to do it. Whenever you decide to put down your foot and say, I'm not putting up with this bull anymore, I'm done, you can move forward. If you see, this is a beautiful, clear path. Golden brick road. This is a beautiful, clear path. He's not tied down. He's not chained. No one is keeping him from going down the path that is best for him. Even here, you don't have chain ball. You don't have an anchor dragging him down underneath. At any point, you can make that choice. But because you are not stepping into your power, you have everything you need to move and let that go. You have everything you need to move forward and to build. There's this castle that you're seeing peek over the hill. You have everything you need to build the home, the family, the life, the things that you desire. not with this person. To get that, it requires a totally, again, this card is all about a totally new path. Venturing forward in something completely new. Which is what they're trying to get you to make the decision to do that. You are not doing that because you aren't believing in yourself. You are doubting yourself. You don't think you can make that change. You don't believe that you are capable. You don't think that it's going to work out well. For many of you, you believe that because you have been beaten down by a lover's current past before. But only you have the power to free yourself from that. Now, as far as what it is that you are unaware of at this time, you have 2 cards. Okay, so this one is meant to be upside down. First one is flexible. And this is all about being open-minded, being adaptable. Because you know, when a tree is planted, there can be some really heavy storms that come in. It doesn't break the tree. The tree will just continue to bend. It will sway. It will go with it. Many of you need to be like a tree. You need to sway. You need to be flexible. Many of you are not being flexible. Many of you are staying with this person or this type of person because that is what you've always done. That is how you've always done things, and heaven forbid you step out of your norm. But that's what's going to be necessary for you to have a breakthrough. It's also staying open because there's some information you're not aware of. There's something that's being kept from you. Now, for some of you, this is talking about okay, so they're saying be flexible. Okay, so see this egg that this person's balancing on? You've got this grass that's cut in like bullseyes. Your bullseye, you want to give birth to a new beginning. You want to have a fresh start. In order to have that fresh start, to have that home run, to have that bullseye with the person who's going to turn out amazing and miraculous, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you, God. I didn't realize life could be this good. To have that bullseye, you need to choose the good egg. You have been choosing the bad egg, but they're trying to get you to choose the good egg. Now, for some of you, the good egg, the person that indeed you will be able to start this life with, see how the legs are flexed? That's your divine feminine, and you know that. That is your twin. She is your other half. Your intuition has opened a lot. You do know that. You're actually, for a while, you've been getting her thoughts, connecting with her. Now, she hasn't been with you so much lately, but that's something we'll cover with her when we get to her stuff. But you know that connection's there. You know you're divinely meant to be. You know that you are each other's other half. But she's not your norm. And she's not. But what you need to understand is that's actually a good thing, because your typical person is clearly not working so well for you. She's not your typical person. She's not going to manipulate you. She is not going to control you. She's going to let you do you and be you. She is not your type. Now, physically, she may be. Maybe you're into blondes and she's a blonde. Maybe you're into redheads and she's got red hair. Maybe you're into someone that's tall and she is. From that perspective, she's your type. But she is not your type in the perspective you keep picking people that control you, that manipulate you, that it's interesting, as I've said before, that we will attract where we are currently. So gentlemen, you have not yet stepped into your power, because again, this is what is blocking you from choosing this new path. You have not stepped into your power. You have not realized you are the effing magician. Start being the magician. You have everything you need. You are powerful. You are capable. You are competent. Don't believe this BS that someone has been feeding you. But what happens when we haven't healed yet? And the problem is many of you have not healed. You've got him draped in green. You've got him in green. You've got Archangel Raphael in green. Many of you have still not finished your healing work. You're close. But there's healing that you have to do. So for some of you, that this is somebody that was a rebound that you jumped into, instead of breaking free with this first person, you jumped into another relationship that was just like her, and you have not allowed yourself to heal. But for some of you, you're all about the image, and you like how it looks for you to be in a relationship with someone, because you do want something long-term. many of you do want to get married. You want to have a family. You want something stable. You have gotten to that point in your life. But energetically, because there's still some healing that has to be done. And when that healing is done, you'll remember, you know what? I'm amazing. I don't care what anyone else thinks of me. I love myself as I am. I know I'm powerful. I know I'm capable. I know I'm the freaking magician. And I'm going to create exactly what I want and what I desire. Until we've healed that and stepped into that energy, if we are thinking that we are not capable of, if we are thinking that we are less than, if we are thinking that, oh, I just not going to be able to do this, we will keep attracting partners who feed that wrong, false story to us over and over. So we'll attract partners who keep making us feel as though we're not good lovers and we're not good husbands and we're not good boyfriends and we can't be counted on and, well, we're just never going to be quite enough. And they will tear us down the same way we tear ourselves down. But when we make the connection that God, the universe, they're just bringing us where we are at currently. And when we heal and we realize, no, I deserve so much better than this. And you do. God, the angels are trying to tell you, you deserve so much more. Why are you settling for this? I mean, they all have their hands raised like, what in the world? You are destined for greatness. Why are you doing this? It first takes that epiphany. It first takes that aha, that realization of, you know what? I deserve better. Because I am better. I'm the enchilada. I'm all that and more. When we step into that knowing, when we step into that realization, and then we take the action steps to heal those things that are keeping us from loving ourselves, that make us think that we're not worthy, that make us think we can't, that allow us to be controlled and manipulated by people. Because we're fully in our power, and we remember how amazing we are and that we do deserve something spectacular. We don't put up with this. We will not allow this crap to occur. We just do not tolerate it. Energetically, you are pulling that in. That has been your type. Someone that controls you, manipulates you, uses you. They play into sex. Some of you, they play into sexual kinkery with you because they know that's a way to manipulate you. But they do that because you have not healed yet. You are not at that higher vibration yet. You want to get there. You're starting to see the truth. You're starting to see, okay, I think I've made a really bad choice here, but I don't know how to fix it. So you're right. Your twin, she is definitely not your type. She has done her healing. She is at a higher vibration. She's like, no, I'm not putting up with baloney anymore because I deserve better. So that's what she is attracting in now. And that's why the two of you can't be together until you're both at that state. You're not there yet, which is why this crud keeps coming in. She is not this crud. Rest assured. She is your good egg. She will help you hit the target. She will help you grow, have the start, have this beginning, this thing that you desire. But you don't even realize it. Everything that you desire is right in front of you. Many of you, you know it, but you're actually fearful because you've had nothing but heartache and arguments and hostilities and you've done nothing but battle. So if you're still in a relationship with this person, all you do is argue, things aren't smooth, despite the facade you like to give. You like to appear. So for some of you, they're saying like you post these happy little selfies all the time and you're posting all these great things online and you're giving the image that everything's great. But just as you are not being told things, you are not being truthful and honest with others. You're giving a picture of something that is not correct because it's very turbulent. And the reason it's very turbulent for many of you, hi Miss Allie, is because she's very critical. She's very demanding. She says hurtful, cruel things. It's done in a way to control you, to manipulate you, to keep you underneath her thumb. There's a lot of guilt trips. You see how he's in this path that's all dark and gloomy, which is exactly like this path? That's all dark and gloomy. That's where you're at. That's where you're at. You're doing battle. You've got your sword drawn. It's been nothing but misery. because this person doesn't honor you. They don't love you unconditionally. It's truly based off condition. If you do this for me, I will do that for you. They keep you trapped. They keep you stuck. See, this is icy water. It's an icy relationship. So many of you have come to the realization that this is the wrong person. This is the wrong path. They are saying for some of you, you are not in a relationship with someone, but you're single. The reason you're single is because you have had someone in the past that's been like this Queen of Spring that makes you fearful that your twin is going to be just like her. But she is not. Because again, these two cards are what is it that you're not aware of? And this came up reversed. And in reverse, what this means is it's the end of hostilities. It's no more hurtful words. It's no longer dealing with someone who's going to tear you down. It's no longer being on a shady, dark path that does nothing but have barbs ripping at your clothing and your skin. It's the complete opposite. What you have known up to date, she is the complete opposite. But in order to get to the state of peace, in order to get to the state of love and unconditional love, it does require you to take some action and do something. But when you do that, and you make this choice, and you make the right choice for the right egg, which they're saying those of you that are at this state that you're listening to these messages, you know that it's your twin flame. You know it's your other half. You know she's the good egg. But what's unknown to you is that when you choose to move forward with her, she is your bullseye. You will be able to build everything that you desire. You're going to have someone, they're saying, that actually supports you, that lifts you up, that praises you. Because all you've known to date is someone that tears you down. And you will get the complete opposite with her. Some of you are also fearful when you move in her direction that there will be a lot of battles because of things that have transpired, but there will be conversations, but they're saying that it's not going to be this battle that you envision. Now, as far as what you want the divine feminine to know, okay, so we have the Five of Cups. And you see he's got his back turned on these two cups that are upright. These three, they've all spilled over. They've all spilled over. He's crying. He's sad. It's all about sadness and disappointment. Pessimism, because a lot of you are very negative. You're just very negative. It's about feeling trapped, feeling stuck. When we do nothing but focus on our problem, we're not able to free ourselves from it. When we do nothing but focus on our problem, we create additional blocks for ourselves. It's also about not appreciating the things that we have. We're going to cover each of these quickly and we're going to tie them together for you. Put a little bow on. Okay, so we've got 8 of Cups. This is about memories of childhood, memories of when we were younger. It's innocence, it's peace, it's releasing any sad thoughts about the past, releasing any of the blocks, because when we have sad thoughts and we're remembering things, so for some of you, you're remembering how things ended with your twin. So for many of you, you hurt her. You hurt her pretty deeply. And so you're looking back on, oh my gosh, it's not going to turn out so well. But that just then creates more focus on what could go wrong, focus on the doubt, the worries, the fears. That creates more blocks. Blocking us from the very thing that we desire. You want a happy home life. You want passion. You desire these things. But in order to have that, this card's all about incorporating the lessons that you have learned from past mistakes, past relationships that didn't work out. But instead of looking at it, because they're saying for some of you, it's almost like you look at that like, oh my gosh, I've totally wasted all my time with her, or some of you, there's 2. But instead of looking at it like that, look at, okay, well, how did you learn? How did you grow? You learned to, same for some of you, you learned to love yourself again. You learned to step into your own power. You learned to put your foot down. You learned that you are capable. But this is about taking those lessons and bringing them forward. Then you have your Ace of Cups. This is all about emotion, receptivity, inspiration. It's about offering love, the beginning of a new life, a new relationship, a new cycle that will indeed result in happiness, bliss, joy, fulfillment. It's the beginning of a very important, vital relationship that will fulfill our every need. Then you have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel, she is the fire of God. You are twin flames. Your other half, she is your flame. But you know about that connection. So this is all about intuition. It's opening up to that intuition. You know, it's that chakra that many of you have blocked, which is why you have those headaches. But you know that you have this connection with her. You know that she's your queen. You know she's your queen. Look at that big old crown she's wearing. She's the queen. But you cannot be her king unless you provide her the truth. So many of you, what you want your divine feminine, your other half, to know is that you do know the connection. You do know that she is your other half. You do know that you have chosen the wrong person, or for some of you, the wrong path. You now know that you were to choose to move in her direction, and you did not. And that's why many of you are stuck in a state of despair. You did not appreciate her. You did not value her. Now, many of you, because of that, you are blocked off. You see how his hands are across his chest here, and his hands are across his chest there. Your heart's blocked off. You're afraid to open up. You're afraid you're going to have a repeater of the stuff that you've had in the past. Some of you are afraid to even put in the work. Many of you are afraid to even look at things. That's why you're having headaches. The headaches you've been having, you need to look at the truth. You need to face things. What was the card about? They were talking about facing your troubles and dealing. Oh, this one. Facing your troubles and dealing with it. The sooner you deal with it, the sooner it'll be over and you'll be able to press forward. But you see here, they're like shipwrecked. You know, Archangel Michael, it's interesting because in that channeled message, he was talking about, you got this little sailboat out here, springing a massive leak in your ship because you are not tending to what needs to be dealt with. Many of you, ship's going down, you're both up here laying on the shore, but look, she's leaning over, trying to tell him it's okay. We're not dead, we're alive, it's okay, we've made it. We have made it out of those turbulent waters because it's not been just difficult for you, it's been difficult for her. You both have gone through hell from different perspectives, but you have both made it. But you haven't realized that yet, masculine, and that's what you want the divine feminine to know. We just had a new moon with eclipse. We are heading into a full moon. So masculine, what you are wanting the feminine to know, you now realize what you had. When you look at tarot, there is a 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is a true deep love. A lot of times the lovers is actually looked at as though just a sexual relationship, a friends with benefits, not something true and withstanding to build a deep partnership on. Oftentimes they'll look at the 2 of Cups card as that. But you have now realized that you now realize the connection. You now realize she is your 2 of Cups. You now realize that you have turned your back on her. Some of you had 3 other women involved with these 3 cups, or could have had more. But you've now realized that you chose the wrong cup. Many of you are now regretting what you have done, the choice that you have made. There's also some things you haven't shared with her. If you look, this book, the spine is facing you. The pages are facing her. There is some truth that you have not shared with her yet. And some of you are fearful that when you share that truth with her, she's going to kick over those last 2 cups. So although you have come to the realization she's the one, you've come to the realization you've turned your back on her, you still are not facing that. You still have not finished your healing in order to be able to deal with that. The healing that is required for you to open up your heart, because you do want to offer her your cup. You notice you have a full moon here. She has her crown. You're not wearing your crown. Some of you, the secret you're going to share is you have a drinking problem. But regardless of what your secret is, she's your twin. She is you. You are her. She gets just as much intuitive information on you as you get on her. So these secrets, these things that you're going to share, she already knows. But this is what you want her to know. So ladies, he wants you to know. He knows that this is the connection. He knows that you are the divine, the other half, the partner of his. He is fearful of moving forward. He has worries of things not turning out. He has worries you might be like these other people that tore him down in the past. And he's fearful he will be out in the cold, just as he left some of you out in the cold. He wants to offer his cup of love. He is now realizing his power. He's now starting to realize, okay, I'm a king. I'm a magician. I'm kind of amazing. He hasn't stepped into that yet because there is still some healing that he needs to do. The angels are going to help him with that. That cycle will culminate very quickly as long as he opens up and allows them. But he wants to open his heart. He's just not there yet. He's not there yet. Okay. So I'm going to move these real quick. And we're going to cover what the angels are recommending that you gents do from now through the end of March. I don't need those yet. I'm going to pull those at the very end. Okay. Wow. Okay. Holy moly. Okay. So, you want me to read that one? Okay, let me get my book. I guess we're going to be reading a couple of these books for you. You have a lot of worry, guys. But there's no need for it. First card you have is guarded and protected. At the bottom there's a prayer. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all of our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly guidance, heavenly assistance. Okay, so just so you guys know, when you guys can see this card, I get nothing but glare on my end, and then when I can see it, you get a whole bunch of glare. But they want me to read this for you. So Archangel Michael is protecting you in this situation as well as in other areas of your life. You and the Archangel are a team. You follow the guidance he gives you through your intuition. You likely drew this card because you're going through a major life change and feeling vulnerable. But this is a symbol to remind you that Michael is watching over you around the clock. This card also urges you to drop your defenses in relationships with people and the angels. Open your heart to giving and receiving love so that you can experience the intimacy you deeply desire. Be your authentic self with others and tell the angels about your feelings. This allows others to know, support, and love you, including loving yourself for who you are. You're also saying that you need to know that your financial needs will be taken care of and met as well, because many of you, so that person that you're separating from, there's financial entanglements, and you're really worried about money, but you don't need to be worried about money. Because what they're saying with this card, you and your loved ones are safe. At the bottom, the prayer is, Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. Please help me feel secure and at peace and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthful, happy life. So for some of you, that Queen of Wands, essentially she's Queen of Wands, that you're going through, you're actually going through a divorce. You see there's this scale that he's holding. So you're going through a divorce, you're breaking up a business that the two of you had together, but come on, Miss Ellie, come on. But you're breaking up your finances. And she has been a bit of a deceitful snake. You know, I was going to say for some of you that, so it's a karmic partner, somebody that you have wanted to break free from for a very, very long time. You haven't, and saying that we weren't going to go into much detail, but here we go. So what I often find when doing healing sessions for twins and also my own stuff is that oftentimes the masculine, this person that you keep repeatedly going back to, is someone that is what's called a reptilian. So here on Earth, we like to call those lower vibrational beings like demons, demonic things. Actually, the lower vibration are what's called reptilians. Now, they're terrifying. The first time I saw one, I was totally terrified. But Archangel Michael and Jesus walked me through on how to do that depossession and all that stuff. But they're very, very low vibration. For many of you, this ex, this person that you've gone back and forth with for years and years and years and years, she is a reptilian. Like my twin, it was funny, I did over a year ago, they finally showed me this past life with my twin and I. And I got to see this reptilian and his ex-wife. And so did this depossession, this whole thing. They let me see the life. But I felt that there was something more. And they told me at the end that he will now be able to begin freeing himself, disentangling himself from her, they said. And so I thought that was it. Well, then we roll around to this holiday season. They again told me to sit down, do a soul contract cancellation. Same thing. She comes in again. I see her morph into this reptilian. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I looked at Archangel Michael, and he gave me the signal to say, go ahead and just end the soul contract, because that is what she is. So a year ago, when I thought, that's not it, 'cause I did the depossession, but I'm like, ooh, I feel there's more. Well, it's because she is a reptilian. She was having something possessing her at the time, but that's also what she is. You look, there's this snake. So reptilians, what they do is when you see them, they look like reptiles and humans, and they blow smoke, and they look like a snake. Their face often will look like a snake. This person that many of you have been with for years, you repeatedly play this vicious cycle with them. You'll often hear me and other readers talk about that. It's a karmic partner. Anything is karmic. When you hear the word karmic, don't associate like it's some big bad thing. Karmic typically is, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. It's something that you're learning to better yourself, to grow. For many of you, this has been a karmic partner, but they are a darker, lower vibrational being. For many of you, they are reptilian. If you're listening to this video, you know now that you are a twin flame. Twin flames are angelics in human bodies. You come with a tremendous amount of power. You are here to help hundreds, thousands of people worldwide. There is a spiritual war going on right now. Make no mistake, many of you've been having some hesitancy opening up to your divine side, your divine being, your intuition. Some of you, they're saying that you were kind of weirded out when your intuition started opening up so fully. You're starting to embrace it. That's good. They want you to keep doing that. But what you need to understand is this ex of yours who's made you feel like dirt, who has made you feel like you are less than, that they put a spell on you. They have done this because they are trying to keep you from stepping into your power. They are trying to keep you from coming into union with your other half, your twin. She's you, you are her, you are one. It's a spiritual war, and you are on God's team. You are watched over by Archangel Michael, which is why you often see his color. He's a dark blue, almost like a violet. You see, there's a number of you, when you look up, you'll see like his color and like little blobs, orbs. That's because he's with you. Ask for his help, allow him to help you. But this is a spiritual war. It's what's talked about in the Bible. At the end, the Revelations, the spiritual war is going to ramp up. That is what is happening at this time. You are a twin flame. You play a vital role in the spiritual war that we are going through. And it's only ramping up. Interestingly, if people listen to timelines, I had a while ago, and I didn't say exactly when in 2019, but majority of twins are to be in union by the end of 2019. There is a reason. The spiritual war is going to be ramping up even more. We've also given time frames that a large number of people are going to start coming into union beginning in March 2018 this year. That's why we're going through a big portal way right now. They're preparing us because we are spiritual warriors. You are a spiritual warrior. You are on God's team. We all know that it's all going to work out with love and light. You're on God's team, but you need to realize that these blocks that you've had, this challenge for a lot of you, they would describe her as like a bitch on wheels. She's very controlling. She's very manipulative. She will try anything. She's very conniving as well. She is a darker vibrational being. who has simply been trying to control you and manipulate you. See how this snake is drawn back with its fangs ready to bite into his leg? Many of you are worried that you're going through this divorce with this person. This person is not your person. And if you take the time to look at it, you will figure that out. But don't be worried about money and finances, because many of you are going through this divorce. You're going to be just fine. They are not going to allow the snake to bite you any longer. So you've got this flame. They're guiding you toward your twin flame. They're trying to bring you into union with her. But in order to do that, you do have to balance yourself out. You do have to do some healing. You've got to break yourself free of that snake that's been holding you back. Ask that they help you do that this month. Now, they want me to read this real quick because many of you are protecting the wrong relationship. So you've been protecting this relationship with this ex, this person who's going to be an ex, person that you're with. It's a little different for all of you. But your snake, that karmic partner, that person who won't let you go. Protecting treasure. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. That's funny. Take refuge under the angel's wings. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. They say that the meaning of this is reversed. We're going to read the reverse in just a second. The upright meaning would talk about a treasure that you want to protect would be your good egg. It's so funny they're saying bullseye. Okay. Now they're saying what you're unaware of is that the good egg is your twin that you haven't chosen, your bullseye. That's that upright meaning. Now the reverse meaning, because you've been protecting the wrong relationship. Do you too easily give your loyalty to those who haven't earned it? This is a time to assess your personal loyalties and discern whether they're being returned in kind. Some relationships are made for convenience and some favor one side over the other. Vulnerability born of fear may lead to being taken advantage of. So for some of you, you've been taken advantage of for money, monetary reasons. And that's why she wants to keep hold of you. Vulnerability, born of fear, being taken advantage of. Okay, perhaps the imbalance in your relationships is due to a conscious choice you have made. If so, make sure you aren't being hurt by the arrangement. If you believe you found some kind of protective refuge, be aware that there may be a price to pay. You may also need to reassess whether you're compromising yourself in any way to achieve what's an illusion of safety. Be true to your dream and remember that the angels will bring the right people your way to further the path of your highest good. Remain cautious and be conscious of the give and take in all relationships and projects at this time. Don't give away the farm for a smile or for some sexual kinkery, which is how some of you are being manipulated by her. Okay. Proceeding softly. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. So, sometimes if we're trying to escape a bad situation, we'll jump into another situation. That is what some of you have done. It was an impulsive choice. What they're saying with this card is to resist making any impulsive first instinct choices. Listen to your inner knowing. Listen to that deeper intuitive knowing. Because when we make impulsive choices, it's our ego doing that for us. Archangel Michael saying, let your ego go. They're encouraging you at this time to not make any impulsive choices. Don't make any more choices to go down any other bad paths. Or they're saying, increase the consequences of the path that you've already chosen that's not the right one. So for some of you, if you're going to be traveling or seeing this other partner that they're trying to break you free of, make sure you're wearing protection so you don't have an unwanted pregnancy, they're saying. So for some of you, that's something she's trying to do to trap you, to have you stuck. The other thing that they're saying is you need to take some time alone. So for many of you, this person that you're with is very, they're strong-arming you. They're really trying to control you, manipulate you. You are not thinking for yourself. You need to spend time alone. See, this isn't tea time for two, it's tea time for one. You need to take some time alone so that you can clear your mind, you can clear your headspace, you can think things through without any influence from anyone else. For some of you, they're encouraging you to do that by going near a body of water. We have the Oceana. So, you know, when you're near the ocean, it just kind of like balances you out emotionally. It helps do some healing. Now that is scientifically, because what happens, it's also why you would like buy a salt lamp and keep that in your house, because the water, the ocean, the salt lamp, what it does is it absorbs the positive ions in the water and then it converts them into negative ions and it releases those. And it's funny because it's counterintuitive, but the positive ions actually lack what's called electrons. So they're not that good for you. So you want the negative. You want the negative ions. When you're near the ocean and you're near a salt lamp, you'll have a lot of negative ions, which helps you clear your mind. It helps you connect intuitively. You'll find that if you're ever sitting by, you could even be sitting by a lake or a swimming pool or the ocean, and all of a sudden you'll start getting a bunch of intuitive information. You're like, man, I got all this downloaded information. This was amazing. It's because you're able to connect. You're able to open yourself up intuitively. You're able to get those details. Otherwise, you would not. You're also able to get healing. So for some of you, they're encouraging you to take time alone. Go, if you can take a trip, go be at the ocean. Take a vacation. Some of you are planning a vacation. Don't take her with you. Go alone, because it's an imperative time of healing for you, and it's an imperative time for you to connect, to get those divine messages, to take those steps that you need to take. And if you can't be near the ocean, oh, okay. They're saying to take some salt baths. So salt baths are going to help with those physical things that you're having, but it's also going to help you clear the emotional gunk. It's going to help you then get a little more clarity. So those intuitive nudges and signs and things that you're already getting, you'll get blasted even more. But it's going to help you then make some choices that are going to help you. It also helps with your healing, because that healing that they were talking about that you still need to do, they want you to focus on doing that. Now, butterfly wings. This is all about, transformation, because a number of you are going through tremendous transformation right now, but there are things that you have not dealt with in the past. See how she's kind of looking down to the ground toward the past? Oh my gosh, another one. We are never going to get this reading done. They want me to read another one for you guys. Okay. Miss Allie. Oh, they want me to keep it handy because I guess we're going to be reading it for the ladies as well. Okay, so butterfly wings. See how she's coming up out of that lotus flower? It is a tremendous transformation. A profound transformation is taking place in your life due to the fact that you have managed to reconcile issues from your past. As a result, your true nature is now beginning to emerge. Through this card, you are being encouraged to continue your spiritual journey. Continue to be yourself, for you have much to offer the world by just being you. Love has the power to transform all things, and the love you hold has the power to touch not only those around you, but the whole planet. Surround yourself with nature, and you will feel an ever greater sense of magic and love. Nature embodies the healing universal energy of love. Her magical powers will awaken the magic within you. Your spiritual awareness is about to deepen, and so too will your awareness of the true extent of your capabilities. Much of that which you experience over the coming months will have a magical effect on your life, and the magic will also be felt by many around you. Butterflies are a powerful symbol for you at the present. Symbolic of the transformation that awaits you, from now on, take heart every time a butterfly flutters in your field of vision, for it confirms that you are on the right path. Allow the transformation, and they're encouraging you to culminate, to complete this. Many of you, this relationship, it has to end. The wrong path that you're on. And they're trying to help you do that this month. Now, abundance. They're not saying to go naked into the woods and hug a tree. What they're saying is you have a lot of abundance in all areas of your life heading in your direction. But to have that, many of you are doubting, you are fearing the worst case scenario. Many of you, okay, you've realized, yes, she's the one. You realize you made the wrong choice. You're feeling regretful over that. You're fearful of sharing the whole truth with her. So you've got this negative thing playing in your mind. But that's not how things are going to turn out. But what happens is the things that we believe are the things that will manifest. And even if something that's destined, and the two of you are destined, together, what will happen is you just keep creating roadblocks and keep creating issues and hiccups and problems. And you're sick of that. You're sick of that. So help yourself by visualizing the things that you desire. You want love. You want happiness. Visualize that. You want financial abundance. Visualize that. Stop focusing on the negative. You're prolonging things. You're causing more negativity, more heartache. Start focusing on the positive. You'll notice a shift. Also, start focusing on gratitude. They're saying that this goes hand in hand with that. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. So create a gratitude journal. I know you men are not always big on those things, but every night before you go to bed, promise me you will do it from now through the end of March. Because if you do, I want to hear your comments and your feedback about how you got to see your life transform. It really is powerful to help you get out of that negative Nancy, Debbie Downer, woe is me, life is horrible. It helps you get into a state of optimism and positivity. That's when magic occurs. That's when the blessings we want will happen and they'll come in a little smoother. You need to shift. That's part of that shifting your perspective, gents. Start a gratitude journal. Put a notebook by your bed. Every night, write down. Now you can carry it with you throughout the day, but most of you are not going to do that, let's be honest. So keep it by your bed at night. Every night, write down the things that you're thankful for. Initially, you're going to start out small, like, I'm so happy I did not get stuck in a downpour today. But over time, you're going to notice that, oh my gosh, I am so thankful that today I heard back the legal decision and I just got a massive settlement. Or, hey, things were split 50-50. Hey, I didn't lose half my wealth. But you'll notice that it's going to grow. The things for you to be thankful for are going to grow every day. It will shift your perspective. It will open the path for more miracles and things to happen. Start a gratitude journal. And the last thing is there is a fear for you to heal. Healing fear number 5. So many of you are fearful what other people are going to think of you. This is all about, so it always has a negative and a positive. So mindset that many of you are stuck in is, if I say how I feel, I will lose love and respect. Whereas, once you're healed, you don't really care about that. I can be happy even if someone disagrees with or disapproves of me. So for many of you, your happiness in life, your fulfillment in life is totally contingent upon what others think of you, what others believe of you. And because of that, you have a lot of anxiety, you have a lot of worries, you have a lot of fear, you have a lot of doubts. Many of you, it's really dampened your self-worth, your self-esteem, your value, because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you. It matters what you think of you. But you need to have that compassion, that love for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to have the courage to, where's that magician who's putting his foot down? You have to have the courage to stand up for yourself, to tell her not only no, but hell no. I am not putting up with this anymore. I do not want this anymore. I don't want to be on this dark, dingy path anymore. I am choosing something better. I am not putting up with it anymore. Period. But in order to do that, you're going to have to heal and release these fears and worries about what everyone else is going to think of you. You need to speak up for yourself. Even if you're fearful what people are going to think, even if you think, okay, it's going against what everyone else wants. So for some of you, maybe you're fearful that your family is going to be upset that you're not with her anymore. Or you're fearful that, okay, well, what if, I've let them all down? Or maybe she's got a sibling that you're really connected to. What if he or she's not going to be my bestie anymore? It's irrelevant. It's funny, my attorney Lauren likes to slap that out sometimes. It's irrelevant. But it is. It really is. Because it's about your happiness. You're not happy in this relationship. It's miserable. You're seeing that, but you're not yet at the state of acting on it. which ties back to those chakras we were talking about. So they're encouraging you this month to heal that, to stand up for yourself, regardless of what anyone else is going to say or think. Make this about you. You've made it about other people for far too long. So, hang in at the end. I will pull an angel answer for you guys. Meanwhile, we're moving on, ladies, and we're going to have to get this wrapped up because I've got to start getting ready. Okay. There we go. We're going to pick them up anyhow, ladies. Don't get too worried about the disheveled cards. Okay. So, let's see. What do we have here real quick? No, Miss Ladies. No, Miss Ladies. Yorkies think we're done. We totally played them with that. Okay, so they're saying the same thing. This is your key card with the clarifiers. Same here, key card clarifiers. You do have 3 sevens. Okay. So you have 7 of coins, 7 of Raphael, and 7 of Ariel. So 3 sevens in a reading, ladies. Actually, they're saying that the guys had a 7 too. But 3 sevens for you is indicative of good luck. It also speaks of sacrificing in love. And you ladies know that you have been sacrificing for this divine union. But no more. No more. Because you're going to make a decision. It's funny how you're mirrors of each other. He has a decision. You have a decision to make. You have 2 of Michael. At the bottom it says, it will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, find a compromise. So you really have been struggling to make the decision. For many of you, this is a decision to move on. Move away from your twin, but you're exhausted, you're not sure what to do, you're confused, you're worried because you're not seeing, okay, well, what's the outcome going to be? What will the result be? How's this going to turn out? Now, for many of you, because these are clarifiers for this. Okay. You have 7 of Raphael. And it says, time to make a decision, be clear on what you want, and take action. A need for detoxification. If you look here, there's all these different pots, which is signifying, you know, all your different chakras. But you see they're like all over. Because for many of you, this decision it's very confusing. It's difficult. This is all about procrastination. Because you're going from one to the next, but it's really because I don't really want to make that decision. But this is encouraging you just to make the decision, move forward, walk out that path, and don't look back. You know, you have this bridge just as he had a bridge. Now, his bridge was in this row. But you have this bridge. They're trying to get you to cross the bridge. They're trying to get you to move forward. The only way to do that is to make a decision. Now, many of you are having a difficult time making a decision. It's not just a decision about your twin. For many of you, you've got a lot of things going on right now. A lot of irons in the fire. And it is overwhelming for many of you. You've got the 6 of Gabriel. And this is about making the best decision for you. At the bottom it says, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotions. So, this is about not self-sacrificing any longer. You know, they were saying the 3 sevens, good luck, but also sacrificing love. Many of you have sacrificed and you have put life on hold because you've been waiting for your white knight, for your knight to come in. He's got this banner. There's this blue here. You've been waiting for him to come in with communications. You've been waiting for it to happen. But that's stalling things out. It is. Then you have this 7 of Ariel. You have invested wisely, have patience, and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. This is saying that success is going to happen. It's also about developing your future plans, your future strategy. Because you see, he's got all these flowers and everything that are already blossoming and everything behind him. He doesn't need to tend this garden anymore. This garden's flourishing. It's time to move to the next garden. It's time to move to the next thing. It's about determination. He's also holding a book. He has this glow around him. So for many of you, you have had difficulties moving forward because although you have not had the truth communicated, you know what the truth is. Oh, snap. But, get this card. Okay. So many of you, this is a decision. Okay, what's your next step going to be? Not just your twin flame. So for many of you, you are going through things related with work, with money. Many of you are in a legal battle. You're waiting on a settlement. You're waiting on a decision to come in. You're waiting on the results. You're waiting on the outcome. But because of that, you are feeling stuck in this state, kind of like, I don't know what to do. Now that does come into, you know, stepping into your power. We're going to cover these in a second. But you're not stuck. You're simply waiting on the results, and they will be positive. Okay. For many of you, when it comes to twin flames, there is divine timing. There's also a lot of things at play that influence the twins. Ladies, you are at a pivotal point that you need to make the decision. As much as you're not going to want to hear this, it is time to make the decision to move forward. Because even though you intuitively know the truth, you have invested heavily, you feel intuitively like, okay, this is going to work out, this is going to be great, he's going to come forward, he's going to share, he's going to communicate, this is going to be great. But it's not physically happening. And you are at a point that you have been trying to decide, okay, do I move forward? Do I leave him behind? Do I stay here waiting a little bit longer? Just wait a little bit longer. Ladies, they're encouraging you. It's time for you to move forward. To help you understand the dynamics as to why that is. There's lots of dynamics. I've explained energy before of how, you know, he does things you do, and but there's other reasons why. I'm not going to rehash all those other ones, but they do want me to tell you how many of you are replaying past patterns with your twin. So, twin flames, you have spent most of your lives together with each other. Now, you haven't spent them together as lovers. You've been brothers and sisters and parents, but you have spent most of your lives together. Now, what happens is if we have something in a lifetime that has not been healed, we will bring that with us into our next lifetime until we learn that lesson. I don't know about all of you, but I am totally focused on finishing all my lessons this lifetime to not come back ever again. But we continue to grow and evolve. We get these opportunities to come in and heal those things. Many of you have cycles with your twin that have not been healed, which is why you've brought that into this lifetime. Now, the funny thing is with past lifetimes, the angels, they are not going to show you past lifetimes unless there's something in that lifetime that needs to be healed. Now, many of you aren't necessarily waiting for him. You're really waiting for all this other work, legal stuff that's playing its way out. Some of you divorcing. You're waiting for all that to finish playing out. But then when that's done, it is time for you to proceed forward. So you're not waiting on your twin, but at the same time, you know that decision needs to be made. Do I wait or do I not? It's funny, my mom was giving me a hard time. She's like, Nicole, you need to stop waiting for... Okay, so my twin's name begins with a D. Almost slipped up, but she's giving me a hard time. You need to stop waiting for him. You need to stop waiting for him. I'm like, Mom, I'm not waiting for him. I'm waiting for my retirement to be done. But it's funny because I have an ex, and he's like gung-ho. He's talking marriage. He's talking family. He's wanting me to go see his parents. I mean, he's like full speed ahead. I'm not even on that train, but he is all about it. But even him, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this right now because I'm so freaking busy with my retirement. But as soon as my retirement's done, I am moving forward in the direction of marriage and such. Now, I'm not giving to how and when that's going to happen, but definitely not waiting for my twin. Would love that, would love to have that with him, love him unconditionally. But he's not physically showing me this stuff. But the reason, because I have seen our past lives, many of you, they want me to share this because what you're not seeing yet, because you know how Archangel Michael was saying in that channeling, this perspective, there's things you don't see, that you don't know. I know that my twin and I in our past life, we were World War I. He went off to combat. He got severely injured. Shrapnel, mustard gas messed him up. He needed 24/7 care. He pushed me away thinking that, well, since I can't give her family and everything, I'm not capable of giving her the things that she desires. She'll go remarry someone else and that'll be great. And I live the rest of my life as a nun, and that didn't happen. So dynamics of what it has done to him and I. He has carried into this lifetime where he doesn't feel that he's capable. He doesn't think he can do these things. He doesn't think he'll be a good husband. He doesn't think he can provide. What that has done, so he continues to repeat that cycle. So if he were to sit down and look at things, he would probably see that he constantly pushes women away. He sabotages the relationships. What that has done for me is I sit and wait on him, but then I also sit and wait and don't move forward in relationships. Like I became a nun. Because deep down I thought, well, if I can't even get my husband to love me, who I love deeply, no one else is going to love me. So it caused self-worth and not feeling as though, worthy of someone's love. And why don't they love me? What have I done wrong? So, for me, got to carry that forward. So my thing that got to heal is and when you boil it all down, it's abandonment issues. But I got a lot of opportunities in this lifetime to heal that. Praise God, I finally have. But now stepping into that power, that knowing that, I'm worthy of anybody's love. I'm worthy of my twins' love. I'm worthy of my parents' love. I'm worthy of everybody's love. I don't need to wait on anyone, nor put my life on hold for anyone. Because that's what I did in that lifetime. My life stopped. No matter how much I wanted to enjoy my life with my husband, even though we couldn't have children, even though he needed help, I was still unconditionally loving. I still wanted to be with him, but he did not want that. So what happens in this lifetime? He pushes me away. I sit with life not moving forward. Well, I did, not anymore. That's healed, that's done, that's over. So, ladies, just like our masculine, they have a karmic cycle that they have to break with this. Many of them, they've got this partner that they're back and forth with all the time. You have a karmic cycle that you have to end with your twin. This waiting on him, this pining, this putting your life on hold. For many of you, that's why you have to end things. You have to let him go. And even if you look at it like, okay, so yeah, okay, let's be honest, many of you know you're destined to come together. But you can't go into that chapter if you're still holding on to this chapter. So you truly have to completely let him go. By completely letting go and just trusting that God's going to take care of it. Meant to be, meant to happen, it'll happen. But not have your life on hold anymore. Because it's funny, your life's on hold, you're not making a decision. Don't you think it's interesting his life's on hold and he's not making a decision? Ladies, you're in the lead. You start taking some action and doing things. That clears your energy, that clears his energy. But for you, many of you, it's a closing that karmic cycle that you have repeated with your twin in past lives. To close that cycle, to end that cycle, you have to let him go. And trust. Let him go. Start moving forward in your life. You're going to find most of you are going to continue to stay busy and you're closing this thing and things are going to transpire. They're going to transpire. But you have to let that way go. Because you're queens. You're queens. Look at this. You got this big old crown. Actually, where did I? Oh, I threw the cards. Oh. Anyhow, you are a queen. And many of you have come to the culmination point, or you're right on the cusp of it, of realizing, twin or no twin, you deserve better. You're not second best. You're not their plan B when things don't work out with their karmic and they come running back in your direction. You are option A. You are the big enchilada. You are the freaking queen. So fix your crown. Remind yourself of who they're all dealing with. Remind yourself that you are amazing and get on with your life. Now, many of you can't, I'll be honest, most of you can't because you are just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. This has to culminate. But you do need to make the decision because for many of you, it's a divine timing thing at play. This stuff, many of you are waiting to go to school, you're waiting for, you can be waiting for retirement, you're waiting for settlements, you're waiting for business separations and things to all occur. For some of you, it has been stalled because of divine timing, because the other things, you know, he's talking about miracles on the other side, the other things that they want to have fall into play and into place hinges off of you stepping into your power, fixing that crown of yours. Even though it may not be a physical, even though you may make the mental decision between now and the end of March of, okay, God help me, let him go. I love him unconditionally. I want nothing more than to be with him, but at this time, he doesn't want that with me, and I'm not going to settle for second best. I want someone that's going to love me as much as I'm going to love them unconditionally, so I am letting him go, Lord. And I ask that you bring me him or something better, but I lay it in your hands. Because I am letting go so I can proceed forward in all areas of my life. And do that forgiveness letter and let go. And it's not going to be easy, and you're probably going to cry. I did mine. I cried a whole lot. Because when you do truly let go, and you're not just saying, okay, well, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go, but I'm still going to watch and wonder and think and wonder what he's doing and if he thinks about me. But to just truly, finally, just let go. It's liberating, but it is painful because they're you. And you love them so deeply. But it's not like they're going to go away because they're you. You're them, they're you. They're never going away. You're always connected. But you do have to make that conscious choice to let go. Because that is what's going to change the energy. That's what's going to get these other things that are kind of like stuck moving forward. The reason you are having a challenge making that choice, you have the Hermit. Find or be a mentor, take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. And many of you have been feeling alone. You've been feeling like you're not getting assistance. You're feeling like things are not being illuminated. You don't feel like you're getting the clarity. You're not certain of an outcome. You're feeling like, okay, I think it's going to work out, but I'm not sure. I'm hanging in. And all of you, the other things that you're having to deal with at this time, many of you are just honestly overwhelmed with that. Many of you have gone into hiding because you're just so busy dealing with all that stuff. Because for a number of you, it is tied to legal matters. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of stress. You're kind of going in circles in your mind. They're encouraging you to be like the Princess of Spring. The bottom, it says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. She's very lighthearted. She's exhilarating. She'll try anything. She loves adventure. She can be easily distracted. So for some of you, you are having a little bit of difficulty of, okay, do I focus on this? Do I focus on that? Okay, which one do I do? Which choice do I make? They're encouraging you just to make a choice. Not be so worried. They're also encouraging you to go with the flow. See how she's just enjoying the swing, going back and forth? Just go with the swing of things. Go with the flow. Go with the flow and trust. Trust, because it is going to work out well. You've got the Three of Spring at the bottom. It says, plan your next steps with an eye to long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. You put in the work. You've done a lot of hard work. You're simply awaiting your harvest. That's all. It's going to come in. You are having a difficult time just letting things run their course. You're having a difficult time just like allowing things to happen. You don't need to push to make things happen. You don't. She's not pushing herself in the swing. She's just going with it. Letting herself rock back and forth. Many of you are fearful of making the wrong choice. You're fearful of going in the wrong direction. You're fearful of things not working out. You're fearful that you put in time, it's not going to work out. You're fearful of, okay, Nicole, you tell me it's destined, things are meant to happen and come together, but then you're telling me I have to let go, and I'm so confused. And trust. They're not saying that, like I said, it's very, I know it can be confusing, and I'm sensing a number of you and all your confusion there. I'm starting to hear a whole bunch of your questions. Don't fear. They're your twin flame. They're you. You are them. We're in a spiritual war. You're destined to come together. But you are not going to come together if you are stuck in those old energies. If you're not to the point yet that you're loving yourself enough to say, oh no. No. I'm amazing. I want these things. I will not accept anything less than these things. And baby, I hope that it's with you, because I love you more than anyone ever. But if you cannot give me what I need, or you're not willing to, I will not have my life on hold any longer. Because we can only do that when we love ourselves enough. And many of you, there's a karmic cycle that you have got to do. That is a pivotal thing for your learning, your lesson, Allie, your growth. And many of you don't know that because you haven't seen that past life. But you'll find that if you can have the power and the courage, because you're not letting him go from an angle of, oh my gosh, you make me so mad, I'm sick of this BS, blah, blah, blah. It's not from that. It's from a place of love, of I love myself enough that although I know that there's potential and I get all this intuitive information, it's not there though. You aren't giving me what I need. And it's not because you look at some people like a karmic relationship he's in, it's all what she's going to offer him. With the twin dynamic, it's a vibrational thing. Once you've done enough healing, you're at a place of unconditional love, but you love yourself unconditionally enough to know that even though I love him unconditionally, even though I know all the things that he's done, he hasn't told me all this stuff yet, he hasn't given me the truth, but I already know, and I still love him unconditionally. But I don't love things how they are currently. I don't love not seeing him. I don't love not hearing from him. I don't love feeling as though I am second best. It doesn't make me feel good. And I'm at a place that I'm only going to allow things in my life that make me feel good and amazing because I'm a freaking queen. And because of that, I'm going to let him go. But that's, for many of you, you're going to notice shifts and changes after you do that. It's a karmic cycle that you have to close. Okay, now they want me to read that one. Okay, no. That's funny. Okay. Treasure Island. I'll fill you guys in a minute. So this is all about law of attraction. You see how this turtle, he's like swimming with this big old treasure chest up on his back, and he's just swimming along. So this row is about what is it that you are unaware of. So for many of you, what you're unaware of, so you're fighting for this legal settlement, many of you, to be honest, you are just so overwhelmed and busy, you haven't even been focused on your twin, and that's good. You've been very busy, but you're so fearful and worried about how things are going to turn out. Many of you are wanting to start college. You need money for college. You're going through breakups, divorces, changing careers. You're worried about money. You're worried about finances, but what you don't realize is the treasure chest, you already have it. You already have the outcome that you desire. You just don't know it. He doesn't have eyes on the back of his head. So by remaining positive, by knowing that, hey, this is going to turn out in my favor, this is really going to work out well. Being confident, knowing that success is imminent. Because for most of you, the decision has already been made. You just don't know it. Beautiful outcome. The treasure chest is yours. You're just having to carry it these last couple miles. That's all. Woman holding a coin. This is a woman who's very wealthy. So for most of you, this stuff that you've been having to deal with is related to money. It's related to finances. It is going to work out in your favor. Look at all these coins. You are about to be the wealthy woman, the woman with money and finances. But do not be deterred. Do not be taken off path. You see this cat? A lot of you have a lot of negative, lower vibrational things influencing you. They're trying to cause you confusion. They're trying to make you think things aren't going to work out. Like, oh my gosh, you might as well just give up now. You're going to drown. You're just not going to get to the finish line. You've got some clouds. Things aren't clear. They're using that to cause you confusion, making you think, oh, just give up. It's just not going to work out. You've been peddling for a really long time. But you ladies will not give up. You will not give up. Because what you don't know is the treasure is there. The treasure is yours. Look how little that cat is. All she needs to do is lift up her arm and knock it up off the chair. Ladies, you have the power to not be under their influence. Do not trust the deceptive information that you are being given. You do need to listen to your intuition, because at this time it is truly trust. It is truly faith. You are not getting physical signs, not just with your twin flame, but in all other areas. All these, you are going through a pivotal, powerful time that it is transforming your life right now. But you're not seeing the physical stuff yet, and that's okay. You don't need to, because you've got intuition that's on full blast. Just trust it. Listen to it. Believe it. And what I was laughing at is I messed up all these cards. And we're going to be hitting these very soon. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, good. Okay, these are yours. My bad. Okay, so don't listen to what they're saying. Listen to your intuition. Even though you are not seeing it right now, it's okay. It's okay. Breathe. It's going to be fine. It's going to work out in your favor. You are going to get the money, the abundance, everything that you need. Remain positive. Know that it is going to be successful. Listen to your intuitive guidance, your intuitive knowing. Now, to cover these real quick, 7 of Coins. This is all about patience, expectations, nurturing, waiting for your harvest, tending to your garden, tending to your needs. You got the 10 of Arrows. This is all about wisdom. Wisdom that you have gained through the experiences that you've had. It's also about the ending of a difficult situation. Many of you, this transformation, this transition has been extremely difficult. It's about to come to an end. Okay. Oh, it's also understanding and the culmination. Then we have Tradition 5. This is Romeo and Juliet. This would be the Hierophant. This is about structure, marriage, public image. Then we have, okay, these two are tied together. We have the 9 of Coins, prosperity, fertility, having a very blessed life, enjoying the fruits of your labor because you've been working so hard, having them come in and just, rolling around in it and loving it, loving life. And then we have rest and rejuvenate. Now this is what you want the Divine Masculine to know, ladies. So what you want the Divine Masculine to know is that you have been very focused on this change that you are going through. It is tied to money. It is tied to finances for most of you. Even if you're going through divorce, it's still tied to money and finances and splitting those things up. It has been very difficult for you. It's been very trying. It has consumed you. Because for a number of you, now that he knows there's this intuitive, he knows that there's this connection, this divine connection, for some, he's been feeling as though he's had some difficulty connecting with you intuitively. The reason for that, gents, is because she's overwhelmed. She's drowning. She's trying to culminate her own lesson, and it's huge. It's been overwhelming her, but she's almost there. She's almost done. It's almost over. And when it's done, they're saying these two cards together is because as soon as it's done, she is going to be ready to get married. She is going to be ready to start a family, create a family, build a family. She's going to be ready to enjoy all that she has worked for, all that she has worked toward. And you see she's got these doves, these white doves all around her. Doves are all about, peace. They're also spiritual messengers. They can be Mother Mary trying to come through to us. But it's about being at peace regardless of the external circumstances, regardless of what's going on around you. To lay this, it's another reminder for you. It doesn't appear things are going to be in your favor, but it will be. Trust your guidance, your messages you're getting. But gents, when this is over, and this is about to come to a culmination for her, for many it will be done by the end of March. This divorce, this legal battle, these things that she's been dealing with are going to be, for many of them, done by the end of March. And as soon as that is done, she is going to be ready to move forward with love, with marriage, with commitment, with sharing her life, building something with someone. She would like that to be with you. She really would like that to be with you. She would. And her life in the next couple months is going to be at a place of peace and calm, where she is going to be more at balance, because she's not been in balance. Many of you have been picking up on her emotions and her distress and all that. It's because of this heaviness and the weight of what she's been dealing with. But her life is about to do a complete 180. She's going to finish this. It's going to be done, and she will be in a state of peace where she can relax and enjoy life. And she's going to be ready to enjoy life with someone. She would like that to be you. She really would. This card also has a meaning of let it go. But she is letting go of her expectations. She wants it to be you. She really does. But she can't do it on her own. See, look, they're a couple. He wants it as much as she wants it. So in order for the two of you to build this life together, to do these things, you have to want it as much as she does. And that requires action. That requires conversations. That will put the turbulent past between the two of you also into the past, and you two will be able to move forward with a peaceful life together, enjoying the fruits of your labor for both of you. Know that she does want that with you. However, you do need to know that she is letting go. She, like you, feels that connection. She wants to move forward, but that hinges on your actions. So, okay, real quick, ladies, what is our time? Oh, I'm totally running late. Okay. I might actually have to edit this. Okay. See how quickly we can get this done. Okay, ladies, you are on the right path. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I can easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. So ladies, you are on the right path. You are moving in the right direction. Keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up. They are applauding you. They are congratulating you. They are glad that you are doing and taking the actions and steps that you need to. Now they want me to read. Which one? That one. Okay. But keep pressing forward. Don't give up. Don't stop. You do have the strength. You have all the strength that you need. And the reason you have that is because you have a lot of divine assistance at this time. They are helping you. See how she's contorting her body in all different directions? Well, she's got the world up in one hand and she's growing a little tree on top of it. You are being stretched. You are being tested. You are going to pass this test. No matter what you're seeing physically, keep moving forward. Keep pressing forward. Stay strong. You are almost done. You're almost there. For many of you, this is going to culminate by the end of March. You see, this is also 44. You are surrounded by divine help. Keep pressing. Keep going. And it's funny because you have the card giving birth and more white doves. So ladies, this change that you're going through, it is heavily reliant upon you listening to your intuition, your divine guidance, your divine information, your divine knowing. We are at this new moon. At the bottom it says, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. What happens when a woman's in labor? The labor pains, they intensify, they intensify, they intensify to the point that bam, out pops this new life. You are giving birth to a totally new life. Things as you have known it are not going to be the same come April, May, and beyond for many of you. Come the spring, summer, your life is going to be totally different. It's the life that you desire. It's the life you've been straining very hard to create. But it's not easy because it's not intended to. Many of you are mothers. Look back at that childbirth. It was not easy, but it was worth it. Changed your life for the better. Your life is changing for the better. It's a complete, this one, okay. It's a complete overhaul, a complete change. You are almost there. Hang in there. Many of you are blue. Many of you are sad. Many of you are losing hope. You're losing faith. They're encouraging you to not do that. So I'm going to read the book real quick. Archangel Michael has shown up in your reading to offer you some support with troubling issue or situation. Michael offers you healing and will help you overcome any obstacle, fear, or doubt you face. Yet in order for this healing to occur, you must be willing to surrender your problem or concern to Michael. Trust. Comes back, ladies, to just let go. Let go. Attachment, expectation, just let it go. The situation will either be healed or Michael will help you energetically detach from it. Know that whatever the outcome, it will without a doubt be for the highest good of all concerned. Surrender all your concerns to Michael, ask for his help, and trust that all will be resolved. When you look into the sky, remember, Michael is there protecting you always. Talk to him, share your concerns and fears, know that he is always listening, and remember that no request is too great or too small. Archangel Michael's energy surrounds our entire planet, regardless of where you are upon this earth. Michael surrounds you with his love. He is often referred to as the blue angel or the blue ray because the color of blue is the frequency he emits and attunes to. Look up at the sky and feel the peace and clarity that he brings. Many of you, because you're spinning and there are so many things going on with these changes, because it's not one thing, it's many things that are shifting. You're having some problems with your clarity. You're doubting your intuitive information. You're doubting what you're getting. They're encouraging you to spend some time outdoors. That'll help you get grounded. That'll help you get the clarity that you need, and then you will be able to make the decisions without any doubt that, okay, yes, that is what they are telling me to do. They're encouraging you this next month to do a little healing, because many of you are beating yourselves up. You can see the negative of this is I frequently find fault in myself. I'm not trying hard enough. But the flip side, when you have healed that, would be I love myself unconditionally. I accept both my strengths and my flaws. Even though I love myself just as I am, I accept the parts of myself that need to change and grow. It's interesting. I posted something on Facebook this week about loving all parts of you. All of it. Because it's all beautiful. But this is, ladies, they're encouraging you to stop beating yourselves up. Even Allie's saying, stop beating yourselves up. Stop finding fault in yourself. Stop, because, that's an abusive relationship with yourself. If you're constantly beating yourself up and you're constantly over-criticizing yourself and you're constantly thinking that you're doing something wrong, you're going to always be irritated and frustrated and sad and filled with anger. You're going to have low self-esteem because you are tearing yourselves apart. Stop doing that. Stop beating yourselves up. That's why many of you are having these pains, because they're trying to bring you truly into that full state of unconditional love for yourself. Last thing, that turtle that was carrying that prize on his back, you are going to be receiving all that you are due to receive. Recognition. Yes, you are going to be having it come your way. So it says you and your accomplishments are receiving appreciation and honors. So everything that you have been going through is going to be totally worth it. Okay, so we're at the end. I'm going to pull an angel. Okay, two. I'm going to pull 2 angel answer cards for the guys, 2 for the gals. They're not going to be tied together because they're saying some is going to answer a question for some of you and the others. Okay, so go ahead and think of a question. If there's something that was not answered, a question that you still have, think of that. And you got your question. Okay, all right, these are tied together. And ladies, and one more. Oh, wow, what are you guys asking? Huh. Okay, well, let's get the book. Okay, so gentlemen, we'll start with yours. Ladies up here real quick. So, for some of you, your answer is unlikely. Okay. The situation you have asked about is unlikely to occur as you are imagining it. There may be a different version of events that will take place, or it may be that what you've asked about is simply not in your highest, greatest good. Place your focus on an alternative possibility. Open your eyes to different opportunities. Be willing to experience a unique and more uplifting outcome than what you had planned for yourself. These two, they're saying, are tied together. So for some of you, there's another question that you have, and you have reconsider and no. And it's the no with the asterisk. So it's a absolutely not no. So reconsider. There's an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. And then you have no with the asterisk. The response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry, though, as you will see why this was the perfect answer as time goes by. Okay, so hopefully that helps, guys. Ladies, your questions. Your first one is improving health. Stop. See, even they can tell that we're almost done. Improving health. The angels want you to know that the health of the person you've asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to speed along the recovery. This card may also be urging you to make more healthful choices in your life. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful food or substances, you should follow that guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you feel vibrant and strong. And the other one is there is something better. Okay. There's something better. Heaven has something wonderful in mind for you. However, it's not the same thing you have planned. Ask yourself what you would rather have, the very thing you're asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled. Sometimes God has joys in store for us that we could never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you're asking for. Trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. Okay, ladies, some of you are saying that you were asking about your twin and you, because the whole thought of letting go is causing some of you to panic. Another way to kind of look at it. Do you want the relationship with your twin the way it has been? Or do you want it to be totally new and different? So if you want it to be totally new and different, so you want it to be a relationship where he's open and he's loving and he's communicating and he's got the same vision as you and wanting to share the same life as you, then that means you need to let go of him and let go of how things currently are. Because how things currently are isn't what you want. You don't want someone that's not going to make you a priority. You don't want someone who's not loving themselves. You don't want him in a state where he isn't remembering how amazing he is. You don't want it like that. You don't want that relationship. You want something better. You want a relationship with him that's totally new, different, transformed. So to have that transform, you gotta let go of how it is. So anyhow, hopefully that helps for those of you who need to hear that. I do wish you all an amazing month and a half. A lot of love, joy, and blessings.